show and in Uganda.
Robert, it's good to be here, man.
Good to have you again.
Thank you for having me. I had such a great time the last time I was here. So thank you for that great interview. Thank you.
Most welcome. I feel honored. Now, Doctor, let's begin by defining coaching. Because most of the times, people get to hear of these words, and one would think I have a lifetime coach. Yet actually, they're having something different, just slightly maybe similar.
Wow. So there are many definitions of coaching, but I'll take a few. So coaching is a process. It's not an event. It's a protocol. It's a set of protocol that helps you consciously use laid down, tried and tested scientific tools to help you make the right decisions, to help you commit to your decisions, to help you identify barriers that are getting in your way and overcome those barriers so that you can consistently achieve your results or perform at your peak. That's what coaching is. So if we hear the word coach, it is a vehicle that teleports you or transports you from where you were to where you desire to be, to where you deserve to be, where you are designed to be faster than you can, all by yourself. So coaching moves you from here, where you were, and takes you there, where you desire to be. And the interesting thing about it is rapidly. Yeah, that's what coaching is in a nutshell.
Who needs coaching?
Everybody. Everybody. I mean, who doesn't want to succeed? Who doesn't want to be significant? Who doesn't want to thrive? Who doesn't want to perform at their optimum? Who doesn't want to be super productive? Who doesn't want to be profitable? Everybody does. Now, let me bring it home and break it down in a way that most people can understand it. If we looked at the lives and the performances of sports people, so if we take a Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Serena Williams. If you've watched that film, about her father, right, Richard, you would realize that they had the potential. Everybody has a potential. However, for you to, realize and maximize your potential, you need someone. And so the better coaches are able to see you, are able to help you facilitate mining and releasing and activating your potential so that you can perform at your optimum. So a Cristiano Ronaldo will never have been Cristiano Ronaldo without the coaches in his life, especially at the earlier stages and at the formative stages. So he would always give credit to Sir Alex Ferguson. Now, if you looked at Lionel Messi, very talented, very gifted, but he will never have realized and activated his full potential without the coaches that work with him. Now, there is a very interesting dynamic between an individual or an organization and a coach. It is, you have to get the right coach. So it is not every coach that can take every team to win a cup. It requires a competent professional coach that has created his own methodologies. So a Pep Guardiola, right, as we speak today, is the best coach in the world. Why? Because he has created his own coaching philosophy. He understands how to manage. He understands how to look at you and bring out the best in you. So coaches don't tell you to be like them. Coaches help you identify your authentic self and helps you realize it. Helps you come into your own. Helps you maximize that talent, that gift, that potential that is inside you. So you asked, who needs a coach? Everybody needs a coach.
Now, if everybody needs a coach, this brings me also to understand coaching is a process.
Yeah.
And it can take some good time, I want to believe. then how do I or how does one get a coach? Because doctor, between you and me and of course our viewers, there's so much, more so in this elite corporate world, there's certain things that are picking up like a bushfire. And you find that it is very hard to locate the right person. We had days of motivational speakers. You know, where almost every hotel here in Uganda, those high-end hotels, you would have come and sit under this motivational speaker. Now that to some level seemed like phasing out. Now we have a term coach, where there are so many people that you'll find and they'll say, you know, you need a coach, and I'm a coach. So how do I?
All right.
Yes, that dilemma.
So if you're ill, you would go to a doctor.
Yes.
Right? But you will not go to a quirk doctor. You will go to a reputable doctor who has gone to school, who has been trained, who has been certified, who has an experience, especially in the critical area of your illness or sickness. So one of the ways that you will know is what hospital you go to, because good hospitals will hire good doctors. And then the track record of the doctor, how long, how experienced has that doctor been, right? Perhaps what certifications or what degrees does the doctor have? His CV, his profile, what hospitals has he worked in? You would do due diligence. And that's what you need to do before you hire a coach, because the coach is so critical and instrumental. And let me tell the difference between a coach. A coach doesn't just go and read a book and come and regurgitate the book, which is, you know, one of the tools that motivational speakers deploy. They read and, you know, they get an understanding, and then they come and tell you what to do. A coach doesn't tell you what to do. A coach believes that you have your own answers. And so a coach helps you, right, find your own answers, which makes you authentic and original. A coach empowers you to think and to, you know, develop your own solutions or to solve your own problems, which means that when the coach is not there, he has already begun a process in you to think through and to come up with a deep conviction, right? And insight to solve your own problems. So the coach empowers and equips you. Now, this is where it gets even more interesting. You know, one of the very few television stations in Africa that get it is UBC. Because UBC has a show called the Transformation Show that airs every Saturday at 3 p.m. Now, that show is the first TV coaching reality show where there are 13 coaches that coach you in the 12 critical areas of your life, week in, week out. Which means that if you tune into UBC every week on Saturday at 3 p.m., you can sit and watch a coach coach someone and be coached. Now, that show can change your life. That show can transform your business. That show can transform your finances instantly. If you commit to it, if you just pen down that time, that day, and you commit yourself for 13 weeks, your life will never be the same again, because the show is for 13 weeks.
Now, also very important is one would wonder, you know, there's so much that the world is tearing people apart. And one would seek and want to know, why would I actually need a coach? If I'm a successful business person, why would I actually hire a coach, which many may think is additional, maybe expense? Because yes, hiring a coach is not that very cheap, because of the services they're going to offer. Someone who's going to steer the fire in you for you to achieve your full potential. That can't be something of. So why would I even go out of my way
to get a coach?
Yes.
When I'm already succeeding.
I'm succeeding. Right. Oh yes, I'm moving, I'm doing life.
Fantastic. Now, you know, Robert, you know, I'm sure you're comfortable where you're at, earning X, you know, dollars, if we convert it into dollars or Ugandan shillings. But the nature of man is that man is insatiable. Your needs never end.
Definitely.
Your wants never end.
The more you get, the more you need.
The more your lifestyle adjusts. So if I'm a millionaire, if I have $10 million today, right, and I earn $10 million every year, I can assure you in 6 months' time, my lifestyle will adjust to the $10 million. And the $10 million will not be enough for me anymore.
Very true.
And so I will want more. Now, the highest of all human needs on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs is self-actualization, which means that you always challenge yourself to want more, to want to be more, to want to have more. Now, if that is your nature, then, you know, when you get to a certain level or you attain a certain level of success, then you want more. Now, for you to want more, so if you had, you know, 10 million Ugandan shillings and you wanted 100 million Ugandan shillings, what would you do? You would invest. You would sacrifice and place some of those monies in an instrument that will yield you interest. So you have to invest. And that's what coaching is. Coaching is an investment in your future. Coaching is an investment in your present. Coaching helps you look at the things in the past that may be pulling you back or holding you down and free you and set you at liberty from them. Coaching helps you change your paradigms, your perceptions, your programs, your thinking, and your belief system. And at the heart of all human outcomes or results lies your internal dynamics. So coaching is one of the world's most proven tools that bring about inner cleansing, inner transformation. In fact, you know, PwC did a research many years ago and realized that coaching is the second fastest growing industry in the world after ICT. So why is coaching the second fastest growing industry in the world? It's because coaching is the intervention that delivers the most powerful transformation and delivers it the fastest. So coaching is an investment. Now, UBC is doing something really interesting, right? You talked about, yeah, coaching, you know, costs a lot of money. But guess what? UBC is gifting coaching to people for free. So if you are tuned in now, if you have a television, right, and you tune into UBC, every Saturday at 3 p.m., what happens? You get coached for free. So, you know what?
Now,
That's
talking
an
about
investment.
coaching, when I look at looking at your opener and definition of coaching, is there a universal way of coaching, or is it specific to character? Because if I'm your client, I want to believe there may be specific angles in my life, or if they are businesses. We could all be dealing in the same business, but there are specifics. Can we have a universal formula? Isn't it personal that every person comes with the challenges, every company comes with the challenges, so you must learn, study, understand, and have the right methodology?
In fact, man, you know, Robert, it's as if you've gone through, you know, the curriculum of coaching. Because, you know, just as you cannot be an engineer without studying engineering. You cannot be a doctor without studying medicine. You cannot be a coach without studying coaching. And coaching is a lifelong journey of studying, understanding human beings, how they think, how they create behaviors, and how those behaviors can be changed. That's why I say coaching is a science. Now, that's the first thing. You understand the methodology and the tools. However, you realize that everybody and every organization is different. And that's why you don't advise. That's why you sit with the person and you facilitate them finding their own answers. So if you were a techie, you were in IT, and you wanted to create a solution and an app. I don't know about technology. I don't know about app creation. But I have the tools, right, to facilitate and engage you, to bring out every idea that you have inside of you. So it's really not about me. It's about you. It's about the relationship and the dynamic of our relationship and how we engage with the methodologies and the tools of coaching to help you come up with what you need. So it is very bespoke. It is very unique. It is very, suited for you. And you are right. Now, the best coaches are the most flexible. The best coaches are the most dynamic. So let me use sports because people can relate. You cannot tell a Cristiano Ronaldo how he has to score every goal. You do your leg like this. You do your hand like this. You can't. However, you help Cristiano Ronaldo develop his intuition. You help him develop his positioning. You help him develop his other qualities of speed. You help him develop his ability to play with the team. Now, when you do that, right, you help him develop his ability to understand the unique qualities of his teammates, the right winger, the left winger. This is what an Henry does on the left wing, or a Saka does on the right wing, and you are the striker. So you know that Henry is faster than you, so you know how you need to position and wait for the ball. And because you help them understand how to develop their reflexes, right? And their intuition, they know how to position and wait for the ball. How he will score the goal is totally dependent on him, not on you, the coach. And that's the power of coaching.
Well, still talking about coaching as a transformational tool now for businesses, for individuals, for nations towards development. And I have the catalyst himself, Dr. Olusha. And one of the things I love about him is that every time you get to hear from him, there's a fire that comes within you. There's that feeling that comes within you that, yes, there's so much in you that you can achieve. Now, every person needs a coach to ensure that there's someone who can look at what is in you that you've not been able to bring out. Now, I'll go for a very short break. When I return, we'll still be discussing more with my guest, and I know that you'll be learning more. We'll return shortly.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
In this family, we can't agree on anything. We can't even agree on what to watch. All games to play. Ndowoza Mulabi, we can't even agree on what to eat. At least the one thing for now we can agree on is the soap to use. He likes that it's big and lasts long. Anti-economy. I like that it keeps my skin smooth. Ate alina echovu. And the children like that. It smells amazing. Everyone is happy. Movit soap comes in 4 fantastic flavors. Movit family soap is truly soap for the whole family.
Movit. All day confidence.
Junko. Yo. Wachiko. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Uganda, haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Joko, I thought I was one of your friends.
You are,
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief, and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government, designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Welcome back from that break, and thank you so much for being with us on UBC TV. We are still looking at coaching as a tool for transformation. Now, we've looked at individual basis. Now, we want to look at organizational, institutional, where is the relevance? Why should institutions, why should big companies, why should even starting up companies prioritize coaching?
Well, we live in very interesting times today. In fact, we call the times that we're living in the VUCA times. VUCA is an acronym that spells volatile times, unpredictable times, complex times, ambiguous times, and disrupted times. The world has changed. COVID, everything that's going on in Ukraine, Russia, Israel now, with the Hamas, the world has completely changed. And the fourth digital industrial revolution is upon us, all at the same time. So companies are crashing, crumbling, nations are bleeding. The global economy is, at an all-time low. America is owing so much. Nations are struggling. Organizations and entrepreneurs are bleeding. Now, when a car sinks in the mud, no matter how much potential is under the hood, no matter the functionality of the car, is a four-wheel drive, you are stuck in the mud. How do you come out of the mud? You need an external intervention. That's why coaching is so critical to organizations, because the coach goes in and sits with the executives, the CEO, and the decision makers, and asks them, what is stopping you from being all you want to be? Every driver has a blind spot. Even with all the mirrors and sensors that are placed in the vehicle, every driver and passenger has a blind spot. And so organizations need that external intervention. They need that external person to point out their blind spots and to help them see 360 degree. Now, that's one. Two is that one reason why a lot of companies are struggling is because of competition. We call it the red ocean, where everywhere is blooded, right? And organizations need to create what we call the blue ocean strategy, where they are migrating away from the red ocean, where there's so much competition, and creating a new space, a new field, a new dimension where, there's a new market for themselves, where they control 100% until competition comes to find them. So you need a coach to create blue ocean. You need a coach, right? Today, one of the most critical, interventions or initiatives or qualities for business survival is innovation. You need a coach to help you innovate, to help your people develop an innovative culture, to help you create an organizational innovation culture. And then you need a coach to help take you through the design thinking process. You do not create a product or a service without going through the design thinking protocols. If not, your product will fail. You sit on an armchair and you think, oh yeah, customers must need this. And then you go and create it and you take it to the market. Obviously, the customers are not going to react to it that way, because people don't buy products or services. People buy solutions, which means that you must have, with empathy, identified the needs, the pain, and the problem of your potential customer. You must know who they are. You must know where they are. You must know how they present their problems. And by virtue of that intel, you go into your lab or into your design room or into your strategy room or into your boardroom, and you begin to design the product or the service with the customer in mind, with the customer's pain, the customer's challenge, the customer's need in mind. And then you create it, and then you take it back to the marketplace before you launch it to test it. And then based on the feedback that you get from testing it, right, you come back and you tweak it. And then you take it back and test it. And then you bring it back and you launch it. Now, even after you have launched it, right, you have to put in place another innovative strategy where you continue to tweak it based on the reactions and the responses of the customer. That's why, Robert, every week or every month, your phone tells you to update your software. That update, right, is based on that design thinking process. They have found out another bug in the software. And so when you update, you are correcting that bug. You are fully optimizing your phone. So without you sending your phone in, right, they have digitalized through innovation, you optimizing your phone by updating it yourself. So they have recruited you as their staff. That is what we call innovation. Let me give you another classic example of an innovative organization and how coaching is so critical. Uber was one of the greatest disruptors globally in transportation system. Now, Uber has no drive. They have no driver, they pay salary. They own no car. All they did was to create a platform that connected you with a driver that owns his car. That's all they did. So if we really think about it, how much did that software cost? That was innovation. So the organizations of the future are organizations that are innovative. Organizations of the future are organizations that are agile. And you need a coach to change the culture, to change the mindset, to change the behavior, to change the thinking of your staff. Because you, as a CEO, right, your head is buried in operational stuff, in tactical stuff, to the extent that you are too busy to do it. You need help. And that's why organizations need a coach.
Now, what are those fundamental areas that any coach must handle to achieve the transformational levels we desire, of where people can, organization can realize their full potential?
All right, so the very first, I've spoken about it, you know, your culture. You know, Peter Drucker says that culture eats strategy for breakfast. Culture eats strategy for breakfast. And what is culture? It's the corporate behavior. And when we talk about corporate behavior, what is corporate behavior? Corporate behavior is a combination of the belief system and the value system of the people. And each individual have their own value system. They have their own belief system. So if we had 1,000 staff coming into an organization, running their shop, doing their thing with their own belief system, their own value system, there will be chaos. And so culture, right, is when everybody imbibes the same belief system and the same value system, right? So culture is very, very key. Innovation is very, very key. You know, hiring today requires a different kind of skill. Why? Because the skill that is required today for organizations to succeed, right, has changed. So your HR, right, needs to hire right. They need to train right. They need to create the right processes, structure, and systems that will challenge the people to be more productive and to perform at their optimum so that the organization can be profitable. So that entire performance management system, right, is another critical area that organizations need coaches. Another area, I've spoken about it, is agility. Agility is the ability to think on your feet, the ability to be dynamic and flexible, the ability to be nimble, right? The ability to be able to take decisions at the right time, the right way, for the right reasons. And so, you know, there's so many critical areas that organizations need help today reinventing, especially reinventing your products and your services. A lot of organizations need to reinvent. They need to recreate. They need to tweak their products and their services or how they are positioning it. Another area is branding. Branding is the perception that the market has of you. Branding is the value that the market places on you. What is your brand value? You know, what is your brand perception? So your brand is very, very key. And you need a coach for each of these things. If not, you would have plateaued or you'll be dipping. For you to continue to rise, you need an external intervention. And that external intervention is coaching.
Well, we can take a whole day discussing coaching with the catalyst himself. But good things usually come to an end so fast. Well, Doctor is in Kampala, and allow me in Luganda use a word called Lugambo. You know, letting people know he'll be a guest speaker at the that is the Africa Human Resource Conference.
Yeah.
It is happening in Kampala, and lucky are those that will have an opportunity to sit under that lovely session that you'll be taking over. But Doctor, I must let you go.
Thank you.
But let me just have your final remark.
All right, you know, one last word is this. You are the captain of your ship. You are the driver towards your destiny. You are the master of your fate. If you live to be 80 years old, from the day you are born to the day you die, you would have only lived 4,260 weeks. 4,260 weeks. If you are 50 years old now, you've probably done, you know, 2/3 of that time, which means that you have only 1/3 of that time left. You know, time is life, and life is time. And time is the only thing that you have to exchange for value. Don't waste time anymore. Invest your time every day. You have to show up every morning and begin to live intentionally. Stop spending time. Stop wasting time. Start investing time so that as you invest in time, time will honor you by giving you great value, because time is all you have to exchange for value. Time is everything, and everything requires time. So do you. So every day and every morning when you wake up, ask yourself, if this was the last day of my life, would I still go out doing what I intended to do? If it wasn't, if it isn't, then you have to go back and change what you plan to do, because nobody has guarantee for tomorrow. Live your life on your own terms and make sure that you are the one that is at the driving seat of your life. It was a huge opportunity, you know, to be on the show. And lastly, I want to challenge everybody to watch the Transformation Show on UBC every Saturday at 3 p.m. And why am I talking about the Transformation Show? Because Transformation Show is my show. And I want to thank UBC for having my show on this platform. The partnership has been absolutely rewarding for the viewers. A lot of the viewers have been testifying of how impactful and how transformational that show has been in their lives, in their finances, in their relationships. So thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Doctor, for your time. And of course, our viewer, I cannot forget to thank you so much. You need a coach. Your organization needs a coach. Well, every area, you need a coach to ensure that you realize your full potential. You talked about time. one unique thing about time is we all have the same time. We all have...
Ah, man. You know, interestingly,
that
Robert...
is something that usually, if we have the same time, why are some ahead? How best can I use my time?
You know, Robert, you know, yes, we're all given 24 hours.
Yes, nobody
However,
knows
some people use money to buy other people's time. That's why rich people get richer. So the rich man understands that all he has is 24 hours. But if he hires 1,000 people, he's paying each of those 1,000 people money to buy their time. So the rich man doesn't have 24 hours. He has 24 hours times 1,000. That's why he's making more money than you. You need to wake up and understand how you can create more time for yourself.
Have a lovely day. God bless you. See you tomorrow.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
African Airline Association, in conjunction with Uganda Airlines, presents the 55th AFRA Annual General Assembly between the 19th and 21st November 2023 at Speak Resort Hotel, Munyonyo, in the heart of Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. In attendance will be 500 high-profile African and global aviation leaders, 40 airline CEOs making strides to transform aviation for development. The 55th AFRA AGA is proudly powered by
Pick of the day on UBC. Was brought to you by
MTN Momo Pay is the easy way to pay. Dial star 165 star 3 hash or use the MTN Momo app. You don't need cash. MTN Momo Pay is safe and free.